Hey y'all, it's me, Samantha Mathis, and I'm here to spread good vibes and star signs. By the way, I'm a Gemini. Rising sign, Panini. Here's this week's news. Law enforcement officers in Houston, Texas are on the trail of an enigmatic bank robber who held up the First Convenience Bank of Harris County. The suspect was described as having his face and hands wrapped with medical gauze. Witnesses stated that the perpetrator appeared to be a mummy, with local media dubbing him the Mummy Marauder. We here at Next Week Now predict that this will lead to a slew of felony thefts committed by other classic movie monsters, with the Mummy, Wolfman, Dracula, the Invisible Man, Frankenstein's monster, and the creature from the Black Lagoon all teaming up to form their very own Ocean's 11. Though incredibly efficient in their individual robberies as a criminal cadre, heists will become few and far between due to the robbers' conflicting schedules, with Dracula only taking night jobs, Wolfman only working 3 days out of the month, and the Mummy demanding an unequal increase in his human sacrifice salary. With Houston police dumbfounded as to how to capture these universal criminal lords, the Federal Bureau of Investigation has stepped in to assist, sending their top officers, Agents Constantine and Van Helsing, pictured here. With Florida man's ability to simultaneously circumvent both the law and common sense, the People's Champ will lead them on the path to even more ludicrous crimes. The gang will work out their scheduling and personality conflicts and will finally be able to pilfer the premier prize, Bela Lugosi's legendary fanged dentures. With their journey at its end and law enforcement thoroughly thwarted, the gang will disband to go their separate ways. The Mummy will return to his tomb, Dracula to his crypt, and the Invisible Man to his place as Generation Z's demographic coverage. Hang on to your Birkenstocks and adjust your scrunchies, because we're about to Netflix and chill. Respect the bees and grab your metal straws. We're about to sip on some piping hot tea. Netflix recently came out with an original movie called Tall Girl, a teenage rom-com about the tallest girl in high school who falls in love with a foreign exchange student and becomes entangled in an unexpected love triangle. The main character in Tall Girl is an tall girl who experiences a lot of insecurity and self-worth issues tied to the fact that she is so much taller than is socially acceptable for girls. This movie has gotten a lot of attention on social media, which is always a good for boosting ratings. Here at Next Week Now, we predict that in the wake of this much buzzed about movie, Netflix will immediately begin production on its next instant teen hit, Frog Female, a story about a high school girl who feels insecure because there is a frog stapled to her face. The main character, an outcast loser named Jenna Andrews, will have to face the ups and downs of navigating the world of high school, from football games and prom to dating and calculus, all with a dead frog stapled to her forehead. This movie will cause an even bigger media uproar than Tall Girl ever did. Critics will call it just another vapid Netflix publication stunt, where diehard fans will take Twitter to cancel anyone who doesn't stan Frog Female. Even PETA will get involved once news breaks that the frog stapled to Jenna's face was actually a real frog, which explains why it begins to both bloat and slowly decompose over the course of the movie. In fact, the frog stapled to Jenna's face won't just be some run-of-the-mill amphibian, but the great-grand frog of the frog who played Trevor in Harry Potter. This will cause international uproar among the frog community. Kermit the Frog, a beloved frog for generations, will lead a cause in favor of a frog film union to protect the frog workers of Hollywood. Shrek's father-in-law, King Harold, will frequent morning talk shows to discuss the issues facing the frog community in light of Frog Female. Even Crazy Frog will make an appearance on Saturday Night Live. Ultimately, a frog protest will erupt in the streets of Los Angeles. Frogs will hop down the street with dead and decomposing humans stapled to their foreheads. Most of them being top Hollywood executives. Radical frog groups will hack into broadcast systems everywhere, announcing that the frog population has taken control of Hollywood and will now be in charge of all films heretofore. But it's okay. Nobody will know because nobody watches broadcasts anymore. They watch Netflix. Now on to our freshman correspondent, Davis Grant, in his search for a shower.